The list of woes surrounding Overwatch 2 continues to grow, and there's only so much I can memorize, so I've written some of these down. The disastrous launch involving ridiculously long queues and server stability issues, a worse and unsatisfying progression, rewards, and monetization system in the form of this stingy and grindy battle pass that will also lock heroes behind grind, overpriced and often underwhelmingly designed cosmetic items that are as good as paywalled because it could take months to years to grind for them due to paltry currency rewards, regressions in terms of various aspects of visuals, of sound cues, HUD visibility, quality of life, aspects of map design, and beloved features getting removed like medals, highlight cards, and being on fire. Gameplay issues have been reported like hit registration feeling off and bugs like Maze Ice Wall causing players to rubber band instead of properly being able to use it as a platform, user experience glitches like heroes being randomly locked, the contents of the $40 Waypoint pack and unlocked items from Overwatch 1 not showing up or properly transferring. Some folks have been pointing out how hero bios feel more sparse compared to Overwatch 1 when the sequel should be building upon the foundation rather than feeling like there's less of something. And the list just goes on, and the end result to all of this is that already, if you look at Metacritic right now, Overwatch 2 is currently among the worst user-reviewed games on Metacritic, tied with a bunch of other games who have a user score of 1.4. As of the recording of this video, Overwatch 2 is currently sitting at the 37th worst user-reviewed game in Metacritic's history, and you can see that it's tied with a bunch of games that you don't want to be associated with. In the next and final page, you'll find more games that have a user score of 1.4, and this essentially marks the third Blizzard game in recent memory that has made it to the list of worst user-reviewed games of all time, with Diablo Immortal being tied with Madden NFL 21 for worst user-reviewed game of all time on Metacritic, and Warcraft 3 Reforged being in third place. Now, another major point of controversy surrounding Overwatch 2 was the implementation of something they called SMS Protect, the intention behind it being to add an extra layer of security so that nefarious actors and disruptive players have a much harder time creating new accounts and continuing their disruption after they've been put on a timeout. They say here that if a disruptive player has been suspended or banned, SMS Protect makes it more difficult for them to return to the game. And while I understand the intention behind it, when the option is nuclear enough that it starts to negatively impact people who are playing the game in good faith, then it becomes an issue. And that was a problem with this SMS Protect feature because certain types of numbers, including prepaid and VoIP, couldn't be used for SMS Protect. And the thing is, there are plenty of people in the US and around the world who use prepaid phone plans because they're just more affordable and more financially tenable for certain folks and families' financial situation, which is why we saw plenty of backlash surrounding this. This post right here, for example, from Jack Saint, Blizzard isn't letting people play Overwatch 2 if they have a prepaid phone plan. And you can see that this tweet went viral with over 87,000 likes, and featured on this post are two images of people who are complaining about this or feel shamed for not being in a financially stable enough position. So right here we have a Reddit user who simply said, "I've been using a Walmart prepaid plan for 5 years and now I won't be able to play Overwatch 2. Here's somebody else who felt like the game was punishing them for not being in a certain financial status. "I'm ashamed of having a prepaid phone. I've been playing with friends and family for years and now I can't play with any of them because of my phone plan. I'm really upset and oddly ashamed for not meeting this standard. Never thought I would be disqualified from playing Overwatch based on my ability to afford a phone contract, but here we are. Blizzard is the first company to make me feel too poor to play a game." Here's one more Twitter user who highlighted various tweets of people complaining about this. This individual just straight up said, "I can't play Overwatch 2 with a phone number I've had for 10 plus years. Here's another user who is furious at this situation. "I physically can't play Overwatch 2 because I have Cricket instead of Verizon, T-Mobile, and such." And last but not least, here we have somebody calmly explaining their situation where they have 4 teenagers who enjoyed playing Overwatch together on their Switches, but because of this new phone number requirement, they were excited about Overwatch 2 but couldn't play the game. And this is a family that does not have the money for all children to have their own unique phone numbers that can receive SMS messages. If you'd allow me to provide my own number for all of them, it'd work. If you had a family account system of some kind, it'd work. So people in situations like these felt woefully screwed over, and this just felt like Blizzard was essentially insulting people who couldn't meet certain financial standards. On Reddit, you could find plenty of folks expressing similar sentiments. I use my 10 gigabyte data $35 plan because why pay more? Some folks have been pointing out how prominent prepaid phone plans are around the world. Many individuals across the world, i.e. especially in low economic areas, use prepaid plans. Many providers such as Metro PCS use only prepaid plans, and you're telling me that I cannot play a game that I purchased in 2016 because of my phone plan? That's pretty demoralizing, and honestly, it's very oppressive that you need to worry about your financial status just to be able to play a freaking video game that's supposed to distract you from real-world occurrences and troubles, that's supposed to let you escape and just have some fun and relax and, just have a good time. Which is why memes like this, where the kids ask, can I be a hero just like you? And Tracer says, ew, no, you're too poor, have been spreading. Fortunately, Blizzard made the smart decision to significantly dial back this requirement. We have made the decision to remove phone number requirements for a majority of existing Overwatch players. Any Overwatch player with a connected Battle.net account, which includes all players who have played since June 9th, 2021, will not have to provide a phone number to play. We're working to make this change and expect it to go live on October 7th. However, there is the caveat of accounts that were not connected to Battle.net as well as new accounts still have to meet SMS Protect requirements. So if you're a newcomer to Overwatch and Overwatch 2 would be your first Overwatch experience, and you're in a financial situation where you cannot afford a post-paid phone plan, then you're out of luck and you're excluded from being able to access this game, which still kind of sucks. So it's still far from a complete solution, but they did dial things back for folks who already played Overwatch 1 and are trying to move on to Overwatch 2, so at least there's that. But it still feels discriminatory enough that I'm not fully satisfied with the solution. But at the very least, I figured, all right, they saw the backlash. Surely Activision Blizzard, as a corporation, learned their lesson on this one and will not be as strict with phone number requirements and the like. Except apparently Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 will have a similar requirement, and they're not even using Overwatch 2's now dialed back implementation of that requirement. They're going all out by saying that everyone needs to attach a phone number to Modern Warfare 2 in order to be able to play the multiplayer component of this title. Here is Eurogamer's headline: Modern Warfare 2 has the same phone number problem as Overwatch 2. Here is VGC's headline: Modern Warfare 2 will seemingly require a phone number like Overwatch 2. PC Gamer also reported on this. Modern Warfare 2 has the same no prepaid phone requirement as Overwatch 2. So plenty of major news outlets have picked up on this, given what a big deal it was for Overwatch 2 and how bad the backlash and complaints surrounding it were. But apparently Activision doesn't care when it comes to Call of Duty, and it's especially bad for Call of Duty because more players play Call of Duty than they play Overwatch. Call of Duty is the far more popular IP, and so far more people will be locked out of playing the far more popular game because of this dumb requirement that is too much of a nuclear option where, yes, you're trying to stave off cheaters and the like, and I appreciate that particular intention, but when you are essentially screwing over paying customers and people who have been playing the game without cheating, without being disruptive, without being nefarious and playing fairly, I mean, that's just messed up. As for how we found out that Modern Warfare 2 would have this requirement, well, Blizzard broke the news themselves on the official Battle.net website, where they published the following blog post and updated it 3 days ago. It reads right here: adding a phone number will allow Blizzard Entertainment to send you notifications when important changes are made to your account. Any mobile phone in a supported country with a data plan and that is not prepaid or a VoIP number can be used with this service. And then in terms of the specific games that will require this, that's highlighted scrolling down here. A phone number required to access certain games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, newly created Overwatch 2 accounts. So the phrasing here takes into account the fact that Overwatch 2 did dial back the requirement, though not fully, and newly created Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 accounts. These are the games and conditions that will require a phone number. For Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, they say nothing about newly created accounts. Just in general, everyone who plays Modern Warfare 2 need to have a non non-prepaid phone number attached to it. And that's just going to exclude tons and tons of people. Perhaps not a majority of players, but enough people that this is absolutely going to generate backlash, especially when it comes to those who don't follow gaming news all that much and probably don't know about this phone number requirement that you need a non-prepaid plan phone number. There may be folks out there who are not keeping up with the news, who will not know about this condition and have prepaid phone plans, who will buy the game and then realize, oh, I just wasted my money on a game that I can't access because my financial situation won't allow me to switch to a postpaid phone plan. And it's just going to be kind of the same messed up situation that it was with Overwatch 2 before they decided to dial back that requirement. So I don't know what Activision Blizzard is thinking here, implementing this for Modern Warfare 2 when this made so many headlines for Overwatch 2. And while I understand that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's beta was plagued by cheaters and that Activision Blizzard need to take measures and steps to stave off cheaters and to essentially diminish the possibility of cheaters negatively impacting everyone else's gameplay experience, you don't do it by casting such a wide net that you ultimately end up discriminating against people who are not in a financially stable enough situation by segregating people who are, essentially too poor for your game is how this all comes off. And the fact that Activision Blizzard wants to double down on this even after the Overwatch 2 backlash is baffling to me, because the backlash surrounding Modern Warfare 2 is likely going to be bigger because it is the more popular IP, because more people will want to play Modern Warfare 2, and in turn, more people will be essentially gated off of it. And I understand that the prominence of cheaters is a tough issue to tackle, but surely there've got to be alternative ways that don't involve screwing over potential customers, potential players, potential members of your community, and that doesn't essentially set a certain height requirement when it comes to financial stability. Hopefully this is something that Activision Blizzard will change their mind about before Modern Warfare 2's launch. Might as well prevent the backlash instead of waiting until the backlash happens before backpedaling on this particular problem. This just feels like Blizzard is trying to take the easiest, least nuanced route towards tackling the issue of cheaters that essentially causes innocent folks to get caught in the crossfire of all of this. And I feel like that's just not a worthwhile trade-off. I feel like there must be more sort of inclusive ways to resolve the issue of cheaters that doesn't involve excluding people who literally cannot afford the requirements that Blizzard has set and that Activision has set in the case for Modern Warfare 2. Time will tell how all of this will play out, but if Activision Blizzard decides to be stubborn about Modern Warfare 2's phone number requirement, I can guarantee you that they're going to face severe backlash, and that this is a problem that will be brought up when the game launches, and it's going to make plenty of headlines, and it's not going to be good for optics and PR, and it's going to do more damage than good, I feel, but that's just one man's take. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on the possibility that Modern Warfare 2 may retain a full-fledged SMS Protect type of thing where everyone needs a postpaid phone number in order to access the game, and how you foresee that playing out. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.